What's up?
Are you seeing some, I guess, encouraging signs that the offense was starting to put something together, or maybe you had a shot there?
Yeah, we had a shot, yeah. You know, for the fourth inning on, we pitched real well, everybody. I thought that was a impressive finish of his outing with Alex. You know, he struggled a little bit early with his fastball command, but he, you know, he gave us a good chance. A lot of guys pull the dirt in around him there, but he battled his way through 7 innings. That was that part of it was pretty impressive. But a big hit just eluded us again. But you know, had some tough twilight light with some guys throwing real hard, and guys fought some balls off. Had some stick your nose in the plate at bats, and just couldn't get that one knock. But you know, our pitching, Alex and Brad and Michael, gave us a chance there to get back in it.
Okay, you've talked about, you know, maybe some guys haven't trying to do too much, but the fact that, you know, the way you guys did have some, you know, put together some hits and just kind of combined, especially with 2 outs, was that, you know, part of the encouraging part?
I hope so, yeah. And, you know, they're not always balls. I think it's more the approach than how hard the ball's necessarily hit. You know, Manny was out here early in the heat hitting. I'm sure y'all saw it. We took some BP. A couple other guys came out early. I mean, I really would like to see, you know, this from just see them get a return for what they're putting in. It's very frustrating for me, for them, to see them not getting back what they're putting into it. But at some point, you think the game's going to let them up a little bit. But you know, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. They step on your neck when you're down, and you know, we did the same to other clubs. And we got to figure out a way to get back in that mode. But just had a little trouble keeping the ball in the park.
Was this the same Chen you saw today that you had?
Yeah, I think he's evolved too. He's the secondary pitches have become more usable. I know. I'm sure they and Donnie are being careful, you know, getting back from some of the challenges he's had medically. But usually that's kind of been the spot, 90 to 100, a little bit of 100. He kind of, you know, even like you were talking about the bats and stuff, the ball that John hit out, he wasn't looking for the pump there. He's just trying to put a good swing on the ball, and that's a product of it. It's one of the things I was talking to Trey about today in my office. You know, it's not a thing that one swing is going to get back, and you got to stay with the process and your approach, and trust yourself. It's so easy not to trust yourself at this point.
On that note, Scope, I mean, he's also laid off some tough pitches the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's been encouraging too.
I mean, is that what it's going to take for him, just a little more?
Yeah, and that's so hard to do, because you're wanting. You look up there and you see a batting average, and you see hits equate to the batting average rising, and then there's a part of that where you say don't swing. That takes a lot of discipline, takes a lot of mental toughness, you know, because you want to hit and you want to help the club, and you want it, you know, the reflection of how you're doing to reflect it. But you know, sometimes you got to hit the bottom before you start figuring out how you know, sometimes how you get better is not by trying to do as much. That's a hard equation to stay true to.
Corbin's a bat in the 9th. That validates what you've been hearing about him.
Yeah, that's the type of bat that you know, he carved off. You know, that's you know, I don't want to get into this overly describing it, but that's the type of at bats that you know, you're in need of in that situation, in just about any situation. You know, just refuse to get beat and win the battles, which is what he did.
What do you think is keeping Alex Cobb from being consistently what he was at the end of the day?
You know, I talked to Alex a lot, and he, you know, I wanted him to finish that 7th inning. You know, I just, you know, normally you probably think about taking him out there, last hitter or two, but you know, I wasn't gonna let him face the catcher again. But he, you know, it probably gets some eye rolls to say that he's close. But you know, the changeup is there, and then it's not always there. The curveball's always. I think it's been pretty crisp the last 3 or 4 outings. It's just the fastball commands that last missing piece, and I think we all, from seeing him so good for so long, know what it looks like. And you know, there's another one where you see a statistic of whatever you want to look at, an ERA or whatever. Yeah, it's reflective, but I don't think with him it paints the whole case.
So I guess at what point with the hitters and the pitchers like Cobb and some of the other guys who are struggling is it reflective? Like that it is?
Oh, it always is. Yeah. They know that. That's the world we live in. We live in an analytical world, but you know, you know, when you're in the arena, you know, there's more to that picture than just that. But that's certainly the one that, you know, when seasons are over, even during the season, it's what everybody looks at, and rightfully so.